Jessie was a very loving and fun, a lot of fun child. She was real caring. She did a lot of things without anyone knowing it for other people.
9 years old, never met a stranger. She always had a smile on her face, and she would always lift you up, lift your spirits.
She would give you a hug. It was almost like she could sense when somebody really needed, being uplifted, and she was just fun, just a really fun kid. Jessie had fallen down at home and was having a seizure, and she had never had a seizure before. And at that time, I called 911, and during the time I was waiting for the ambulance, she quit breathing. So I did CPR on her until the ambulance came, and then they took her to the hospital. The next day, they did a lot of tests, and the next day she was declared brain dead.
Jessie's the type of child, she always wanted to give. She was so fun, so loving. Me and her mother decided right away to anything we could do to help Jessie live on. And that's the reason we chose to donate her organs.
We didn't see any other, we thought, well, why not? Because she was so giving, so why not do one more thing for her?
By that gift, there were 7 other people that benefited from her death. And we took our tragedy and turned it into a positive for someone else. Of course, after she died, we found out that all the things she did for other kids, we had no clue. Jessie was very loving, very understanding, very caring toward other children. To the fact that even in school, the other children would run out of paper, pencils, things like that. Jessie would give them hers, say, here, you can have mine.
She would come home and she would ask, Mom, I need more paper, I need more pencils, I need more supplies. And I'm like, are you losing this stuff? She was a lot like I was at that age, so I thought she was just losing things or misplacing them. And she wouldn't tell me why. She said, I just really need it. I found out in the hospital, and her teacher came to visit. She was telling me that Jessie had been giving supplies to the kids in the class that either they couldn't afford them, or maybe they forgot them, and she didn't want them to get in trouble, and she kept her desk stocked with extra stuff and would always make sure everybody in class had what they needed. But she did this kind of giving as a 9-year-old without telling me. It wasn't for recognition, it was just something she felt she should do. What they did with her desk is they let the kids paint it and put, stencils and do things on her desk to make it look like, things that she liked and that would show her interest and her personality. And they have kept it here at the school as a supply desk. So we have had donations, and we've kept the desk supplied ever since her death. And anybody that needs anything, they can use the supplies out of that desk. It started out as a memorial garden for Jessie. This garden has now turned into be an outdoor classroom. They're growing vegetables. They've got a greenhouse. They've got a weather station. So the kids, kids that don't even know her, that are coming into the school now can come out and use this garden as an outdoor classroom. So it has really changed from just a memorial garden into a very big tool for the whole school to use.
My goal was to memorialize my daughter. There's 2 billboards around Hamilton County for organ donations with Jessie's photograph on them. As a father, that's the best I could do at that point. Other people are going to proms, walking their daughter down the aisle. The best thing I could do as her father was to memorialize her on a billboard. But it's a positive that came out of her death. There's so many positives that came out. There's 7 other people that had a chance at life because of Jessie.
When I start getting really sad, which I will always miss her, and I will always hurt, it's going to be, it's just a place that's always going to be there. But when I look at what she has done, what's happened with her death, have I sat around and gotten bitter and gotten angry, or can I look at all these families that have been helped? And I get a letter from a teenage girl that couldn't even go to school anymore because her lungs didn't function, and now she's choosing what college to go to. I can't change what happened to Jessie. There's not anything in the world that could have changed it. So donating has made the healing easier, and I feel it has helped me keep a positive outlook instead of getting very negative.
But now, looking back on it and reflecting, it was very positive to see that Jessie lives on through these other people.
I've looked at the stuff about donation, and I've thought, you know, what if we hadn't have done this? And but I think I also think, how could we not have?
We can't control life, but we all have the chance to control the gifts of life.